Hi guys, this is Cassie. Welcome back to another episode of my playthrough of the Somnium Files. In the last episode, we redid Iris's sink, and the path we went down this time showed us that Iris witnessed the killings of the original Cyclops killer, and apparently we were the killer. But everyone reassured us that we couldn't be the Cyclops killer. As for Iris, because we had nothing to hold her on, we had to let her go. Iris invited us to have a drink, and basically what went down in Matsushita Diner happened again, but this time in marbles. We also saw the dreaded livestream again, but this time both Iris and Ota were killed. So we definitely have some investigation to do. Right now we're in the cold storage warehouse again, and you can see the difference this time being there are two bloodstains. This one, I'm guessing it's Iris, and this one is Ota's. But we shall see. Anyway, again, let me just check around first, and if there are any new dialogue options, I'll leave them in. If not, I'll cut straight to talking to the police officers and investigating the bloodstains. Oh, and this time we don't see the Odoroki Man chocolate here. Last time we did see the Odoroki Man chocolate here, meaning that Mayumi was here, but because this did not take place in the Matsushita Diner, I'm guessing she won't be here at all. Equipment.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream. All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
I think this is what we heard before, but I guess it's good to have a refresher, because it has been some time.
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
I know.
It certainly is suspicious.
Why this cold storage warehouse? I mean, we did see there are warehouses lining this part of the district, so we do have multiple warehouses in this district, so why the Okiuras? Forklift A?
This forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
A forklift. The tire and floor are covered with a layer of ice. Shelves.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
Okay, let's look at the ice cutting machine. Iris and Ota were sliced in two by this ice cutting machine. Iris and Ota.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
This is sick.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Oh no. Why repeat this? Let's click on the machine again.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
Oh, but we did find that Shoko's eyeball was in Renju's intestines. So could her eyeball be ingested by the next potential victim? But who could it be? I mean, the next victim. Maybe it will be Hitomi? Okay, I'm just going off on tangent here. Let's go back to clicking on the machine. An ice cutting machine. Okay, let's click on the workbench.
Right here. Iris and Ota were.
Uh,
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
it comes after,
Just
right?
before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that.
Is it also by
Ota
cutting
had a
or is it
stab
by
wound from a
stabbing?
kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound or...
I cannot determine that.
Oh,
I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal.
okay.
Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
But why stab and then cut him? Does it make it easier, or is there some sort of significance? I just feel like that is overkill, you know? Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris, jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice-cutting machine.
But why?
Yeah,
Why did
why?
the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown.
I mean, because he's dead, it's obvious that he wouldn't be the polar
Dati,
bear.
we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
You know, even if they say that, I kind of want to check out the other things. Oh, and they do not let you leave anyway, so I guess we should check out the other things and maybe talk to the officers. Let's click on the workbench again. Iris and Ota's bodies are under autopsy. Their bodies aren't here anymore. Right here, Ota and Iris were. Let's stain A. Iris and Ota's blood. Bloodstain B. Is this Ota's blood? Oh, could it have been the culprit's blood? Interesting. Oh, it could be. I mean, if Ota managed to injure the culprit like he did in the other timeline, then this would make sense. Maybe we would have like a mixed pool of blood here again. We'll see. Let's talk to the policeman over here first. Any progress on the investigation?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
The interesting thing is the crime scene is messy, but the culprit was good in eliminating all traces of himself or herself. Let's not say we're heading out just yet. Let's talk to the inspector over here. Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
Okay, I guess we can say we're heading out. Let me know if you find anything. I let them know before I left warehouse. When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. Why is Pewter here? Yeah, what is he doing here? That's so weird. He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Dante, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About
What?
the original Cyclops serial killings.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice.
Why is he so
If I
mad?
can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything in Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her.
Oh, so that's
So
why
I
he's
decided to meet you
here.
here.
Interesting.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes. Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although, it's more accurate to say, killers.
Oh?
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice.
That's the red
One
figure,
of them
right?
was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras. They each had a role to play.
But he
The
committed
murderer
suicide, didn't
committed
he?
the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Oh, so does he have an eyeball obsession? Okay, Peter is going to do a plot dump on us. So before that, let me just check around and see if there are any new dialogue options. If there aren't, I'll cut straight to talking to Peter. Okay guys, so I checked there are no new dialogue options. Let's go straight to talking to Peter. Let's ask him about Rohan first.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye.
So he did have
She
an
was
eye
already dead.
obsession,
He
right?
put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out.
Oh,
The reason why
why?
was simple. He was fascinated
Oh,
by
so he
women's
did
eyes.
have an
Their beauty
obsession.
stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own.
That's so
Driven
crazy.
by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women.
Oh, just dead
He was
women.
very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman.
Wow.
But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal
So the
partner,
killer was his
the
ideal
aforementioned
partner.
psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye.
That's a dynamic
Thus,
duel.
a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Let's ask Peter first why the Cyclops case got classified.
That, I don't know.
Oh?
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value.
How did it happen?
I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
Is there some sort of cover-up going on? Because I feel like with 4 people dead, there's bound to be some serious investigation. Anyway, let's go on talking to Peter. Who is the murderous psychopath?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute, His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
What was it?
Murder.
Wow.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing
Honestly,
people?
that is kind of sad.
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life.
He was
That
12?
enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
That's crazy. How did someone start killing? Well, I mean, there are child killers out there, so it's not like it hasn't happened before. But starting at 12 is kind of early. Summarize for me.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice,
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
and one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder,
Okay,
he was
it's a
arrested
he.
by the police.
I probably
They
missed this.
actually picked
Maybe
him up
he's
on
been
other
calling
charges.
him he all along.
But in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu
He is
prison.
arrested?
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Wait, was it prisoner number
89.
89 who called us before?
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
That's it. That was him, right?
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
He is behind bars, but could he have got someone do it for him? Otherwise, he wouldn't have known that Shoko is dead, right? Pewter looks grimly serious. Okay, let's go to the map. We do have a number of other locations we can go to. And the first one is Matsushita Diner. Oh my god, are we going to see Mayumi there? Do we have to break the news to her? It's going to be really sad. Anyway, let's go to the diner. Matsushita Diner, Monday. The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying oak tree cling pathetically to the earth. It must be hard on her. Anyway, let me check if there are any new dialogue options. If not, I'll cut straight to talking to Mayumi. Okay guys, so I checked there are no new dialogue options. Let's talk to Mayumi. I'm sorry to interrupt. She's just silent. And I can't even imagine the pain that she's going through. Let's ask her if she wants to talk about it. Again, she fell silent. Let's ask about Ota.
This is your fault.
Wait, what?
I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris. My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
You know, I don't blame her for being like this. Because I guess she's just in a
Date,
state that she's
let's go.
breaking down, really.
She is in no state to talk.
Exactly my point.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like deep down she knows that we are not to be blamed. Because obviously it was Ota's choice anyway. And he fucking hit us on the head. Oh, wait, no. He did not hit us on the head in this timeline. He tased us. So he was a willing participant. Anyway, let's go to the map. Let's go to Date residence. I guess we'll see Mizuki there, right? Date residence. Monday. Oh, Mizuki. Everyone is sad in this timeline. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. As usual, let me just check if there are any new dialogue options. If not, I'll go straight to talking to Mizuki. Okay guys, so there are no new dialogue options. Let's talk to Mizuki. I guess we can start with the less sensitive option. Let's ask Mizuki about the Okura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I guess she is in no state to talk as well. About Iris. About Ota.
Mizuki must know. About Iris and Ota.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet. Not just in Japan, but worldwide.
I'm guessing because that was a live stream.
3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body.
Mizuki lost way too
2
many
days
people.
ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
I feel bad.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
She certainly didn't seem so. But I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. This timeline is miserable. Let's go to the Sagan residence. Sagan residence, Monday. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. I feel bad. Honestly, I don't think Hitomi can ever be the killer. It's just... she's just too gentle for this. And look at her house. I feel like it's a bit gloomy. So I feel like even though she tried to keep a relatively cheerful exterior, she's in so much pain on the inside, and I don't think this pain would drive her to kill someone. Okay, I've just been rambling. Let me just go straight to looking at the objects in the environment. If there are no new dialogue options, I'll just go straight to talking to Hitomi. Picture. There's a drawing on the wall. Flower.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
You can't help but think how
Iris.
it has come to all this. Alright guys, I've checked everything in the room. Let's talk to Hitomi. Let's talk to her about Ota first.
Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
It's just too painful. Like, even if it's someone you don't know very well now, I guess when you're at a certain age, you must know people whom you don't know that well and have passed away. You may not feel, I don't know how to put it, but like you may not feel that much pain, but then you kind of also feel something on the inside, like you can't help but sigh at something happening. It's not exactly sadness, but I guess it just feels like a kind of helplessness that someone has passed and that was just it, really. But I digress. This game just makes me ponder about the problems of life, really. Anyway, let's talk to Hitomi again about Iris.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3, and finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up.
I wonder if Hitomi knew about how Iris's mind got so dark over the years. I'm pretty sure there will be signs. I'm not sure if she caught them, but as an elementary school teacher, I imagine she was trained to catch them. But Iris was her daughter, so I did see in certain cases where when it's your family, you tend to overlook certain things willingly, or maybe they just thought the positive of those things. Anyway, let's go on talking to Hitomi. Let's continue talking about Iris.
Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions.
She did some damage.
Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But why?
Hitomi's voice actor is really good. I think I said this before, but she is really good. Let's ask Hitomi if she can think of any other information.
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please, tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
What?
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
I'm guessing
Fuchu
Fuchu.
Prison in Tokyo.
That's it.
Fuchu.
Prison?
I mean, if she visited number 89, then he would know probably why she was killed. Or maybe he ordered her to be killed.
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I hate to see Hitomi like this, looking so sad. Aww.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
This timeline is a train wreck. It's just crazy how everyone is miserable, how everyone is just sad. But I guess this is probably the timeline that we have made the most progression in terms of story. Like, we now know a lot of things. So I guess, that is a double-edged sword kind of thing. Anyway, let's go to Marble. I'm guessing we'll see Mama there, right? Maybe we can know more about the darker side of things. Marble, Monday.
Are you okay, honey?
Not exactly.
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Really?
Tell me.
Again, let me look around. If there is nothing, I'll go straight to talking to Mama. Okay guys, so I checked, there are no new dialogue options. Let's talk to Mama. And she's still polishing the bonito. Information about the incident.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case.
Why is she so sure?
Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has a relationship with them.
That would make sense.
You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
We also now
So
know
basically,
about Rohan
two of the victims
Kumakura.
are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
But what about Iris
Not
and
2,
Ota?
3.
3. Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
The boy?
He came here last night.
Ota?
How is Ota related
Yes,
to the
from
Kumakuras?
Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
Wait, what? Through the diner? Or what? How is Ota related to the Kumakuras?
Have you heard the rumor?
Mama told me a similar story to Iba's. About So Sajima and the Kabasaki district. The basic idea is this. 8 years ago, So sold his land in Kabasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically. So bought back the land for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Maybe he created the accident. Did So blow it up or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. he would end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion at hand. It's a net zero. But then he did get more cash. But there's more to the story. Okay, let's go on with the story. About So and the Kabasaki district.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts.
So are they looking to buy the diner?
I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you.
KE.
The KE followed in So's footsteps.
Why do we need an acronym for
They
this?
bought up land in Kabasaki.
Okay. About So and the Kabasaki district.
Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kabasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
A politician coming up with an idea about a casino?
I was born and raised in Kabasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it
I
dearly.
don't think that would fare well with residents.
But look at Kabasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television,
Does
my
he
heart
think
aches
having a
like it's
casino
being
there would
chopped
probably
to
make the
pieces.
district more prosperous?
But I promise you, I will revive the Kabasaki district at
So
any
that's
cost.
it.
Casino Town Kabasaki will give new life to the city.
And people buy this?
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kabasaki district.
Huh.
At the moment, the area is still considered off-limits. However, the air in Kabasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kabasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE. And by So himself. The land he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
Right, but how does Ota play a role in this? About So and the Kabasaki district.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
The timing was
By
pretty
So and the
convenient.
Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
Let's go on with this. What about Ota and the Kumakuras?
What were we talking about again?
Hello, Ota.
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kabasaki district? The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
I think this logic has a few flaws. One, Ota may not even know about this in the first place. Two, in this case, you would have to have the Kumakuras going after Ota in order for things to turn out that way. And I mean that in the sense that, Ota is now killed. So there must be someone holding a grudge against him instead of Ota holding a grudge against the Kumakuras. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's see what else Mama has to say. Oh, we're just saying goodbye. Okay.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
It was at least helpful information.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
Okay, so let's go to the map. We're going back to the headquarters. Police Headquarters, Monday, 4:57 p.m. I returned to boss's office to report, but I didn't see her anywhere.
Where did she go?
Yeah, where did she go?
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True.
But I imagine it's an all-hands-on-deck situation. Why is she not here? So we're waiting in her office?
What are you doing?
Just like
I
that?
thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research.
Oh?
About number 89.
Okay. Again, guys, I'll check the surroundings to see if there are any new dialogue options. If not, I'll go straight to talking to Iba. Okay, guys, so I checked there are no new dialogue options. Let's talk to Iba. Oh, there are a whole list of options. Let's ask first who is number 89.
As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills. He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu Prison. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
That's what Pewter told us.
After his fourth murder, he was arrested by the police.
But what they say seemed to be a bit different, because wasn't he supposed to be a contract killer when we were first told about number 89? And now they're saying he's killing for pleasure. That's kind of weird. Or maybe I remembered it wrong. That could be it too. Because knowing my memory is not exactly reliable. Let's ask Iba what the real name of number 89 is.
Unknown.
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family registry. It is possible he is a foreigner, but his nationality is unknown. However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan.
Interesting. We don't even have a name? What is the relationship between number 89 and Shoko?
Unknown. I cannot determine if they have any connection.
Seriously, what is this summary for if we don't know about anything?
1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's waiting room. I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit was number 89. After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That must mean that he knew her somehow.
It is possible.
What about number 89 and the new Cyclops serial killings?
Pewter claims that there were 2 culprits behind the original serial killings. One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
That leaves 1 culprit still alive, number 89.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have committed these crimes. He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
I mean, he can always order a hit, I guess.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
If he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Oh, so we're going to talk to number 89. Let's do that.
Let's talk to number 89.
I don't know if he's telling the truth or if he's full of it, but he's our last remaining loose end.
All right. However, we need not go to him.
Oh? Can we just call
We can
him?
bring him to us.
Wait, what?
If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Oh.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
That's interesting. After cutting through some red tape, number 89 was to be brought to HQ. He took considerable time to arrive. But for some reason, boss never showed up. Police headquarters, Monday, 8:56 p.m. I don't know, I kind of have a bad feeling about boss now. Where is she? Oh. Why is he like this? Why is his head down like this? Kind of creeps me out. Oh, what's with this heartbeat?
Sorry to interrupt your busy day, but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
Alright guys, let me just look around first and check if there are any new dialogue options. If not, I'll cut straight to maybe talking to Peter first, and then we'll interrogate number 89. Alright guys, I checked the room. There are no new dialogue options. Also, when I checked the room, I realized that Peter is not someone we can talk to at this moment. So all that's left is talking to number 89 here. So let's do that. Let's ask him what his name is.
Number 89.
That's
your
it?
real name.
I don't remember.
Okay. That's odd. He doesn't even remember his name. Where are you from?
Burkina Faso.
Wait, what?
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa. Population 17
Honestly,
million.
I don't think he looks like...
I don't have time for your jokes.
I was gonna say he doesn't look like someone from Africa, but I mean, he can always be born into, say, a Japanese family there. But I guess he was just bullshitting us. Let's talk to him some more. Which one do I want to go for first? Let's ask him if he knows Shoko Nadami.
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu prison. Was she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not lying. She didn't come to hear me talk.
Then why did she come?
To meet me.
Oh?
Meet you?
She probably just wanted to see me.
That's interesting. Why was she there to see you? Let's say he is the original Cyclops killer first.
That's right. I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago.
He's just admitting it like this.
One of the two Cyclops killers.
It doesn't really hurt him to admit to things like that now. But he said it not in a sociopath kind of way. Which is interesting. I don't know, I thought he would sound a bit more unhinged. Anyway, let's talk to him. Let's ask him when he first met Shoko.
A long time ago. I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one.
Oh?
I'm kidding. She was just a business partner.
So he was a contract killer, wasn't he? It just doesn't fit that MO of someone killing for pleasure, though. Let's ask him who killed Shoko Nadami.
Alright, let's get right down to it.
The $1 million
2
question.
days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal.
What deal?
You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
No way.
It's done. You've got a deal.
Are we just going to let him out
Alright.
just like this?
But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story. It might take some time. Is that all right with you?
I've got nothing but time.
A gas plot dump.
Then let's get started.
Let's do it.
The story of a lonely assassin.
Okay, now he sounds like a sociopath.
Once upon a time, there was a detective, full of righteous justice. Let's call him F. F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he was born. He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world. One day, F was chasing a thug down at the harbor. Someone wanted for the assault and murder of women.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife. Here. And you lower your gun. It's fine. I got nothing else on me. I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
Oh. Wow, he definitely did damage to that guy. So I guess that means F is number
The culprit
89,
was
right?
unarmed, but F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared
How
innocent.
can he be
If the
defending
truth got
himself
out,
against
it
an
would be
unarmed guy?
a huge scandal for the police. People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated. F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all. After a while, he returned to his job like nothing happened.
But how does he go from there to killing women?
That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral one by one. He became an assassin, a lone gunman, no agent, no employer. He was his own man. F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner. But it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X. X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy. Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy that he died. Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras. X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
I've done some research. I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth. But somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes.
Oh, so was he forced by Rohan to
Amazing
kill those
work.
women?
I'm impressed. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no.
But
But it'll be the last word out of your
I
mouth.
thought so. There is some but coming.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer.
That's crazy. But what happened to killing for
Thus,
pleasure?
F's self-employment came to an end. He became a hired gun of the Kumakuras. Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco.
Oh.
Named for the falcon, a bird of prey.
Huh.
Falco didn't quit his job as a police officer, though. He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night at the will of the organization. An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life, but not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely. Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake. He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach. Somehow he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. But at that moment, in his darkening vision, he saw a
is it
woman approach
Hitomi?
him. He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps. Footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him.
It kind of looks like Hitomi.
He sprung
By the
into
figure.
action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking.
Wait, what? That's harassment.
That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman. She was a teacher at some school.
It was
It was like she
Hitomi.
was from a totally different world than him. Listening to her talk, he would forget everything
I
about
can't
his
believe
line
we're
of
getting a
work.
romantic story.
She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world. They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer. Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart. Falco started to become himself again, his former self. He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
Wow.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please.
I don't think they'll let you.
You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing.
Cutting off a little finger.
One final job I want you to do for me.
Oh no. I thought
major.
I just let Yakuza get into my head.
This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose
No,
of
it's
them.
Hitomi and Iris.
Should be simple, no?
Why is he trying to kill
Rohan
Hitomi and
handed
Iris
Falco
though?
a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine.
I thought so.
And her daughter. She had just turned 12.
That would make so much sense, but
Why the two
why?
of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason. And Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill.
Of course not.
But if he didn't, he knew that someone else would.
Oh, so what can he do?
He thought long and hard. How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime? He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he thought. He was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help.
Oh.
And then,
So, was it not a suicide? Was Rohan murdered? Who was it, though? Silence. For some reason, he wouldn't open his mouth again. I can't believe this. Why are you stopping here? Let's ask him why he stopped.
Why did you stop?
You mentioned a detective?
You mentioned a detective.
Oh, he's just not going to say anything, is he? Was that the whole story?
Was that the whole story?
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
Answer me!
Hey, answer me.
You can't do this to me! You can't stop mid-plot!
this is a transaction, remember? Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain.
It's crazy.
I'm
Do
not
we
telling
really
you
have to
anything
release
else.
him?
I'll give you half up front, half later.
Wow, that is exactly what a contract killer would say.
If you want to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures. Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
Date, it is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even upon release.
Computer,
Yes?
start the preparations.
Oh, so we're going to sync with him.
For what?
What do you think? The sync.
I have injected number 89 with the usual dosage. He will not be waking up anytime soon. Are you ready, Agent Date?
Yeah,
The time limit is 6 minutes.
I know.
Then let's begin.
Boss is not here still, and I'm kind of concerned. It's weird seeing Peter operate the sync machine all on his own. Oh, is this Sagan residence?
Sup?
No, not sup. Why are you sleeping on the job?
Because I want to, obviously.
Why are you getting mad at me?
Yeah, this rug feels so good on my skin, yeah.
Why is Aiba being weird?
Why are you suddenly a cat?
Playtime's over. Let's begin.
Stand up.
Is this the Sagan residence?
It definitely is. But why?
Number 89. What were you up to?
I guess he had a deep connection with Hitomi. Is it Hitomi there? Oh, and is it number 89?
What?
What is this green gel?
The green? I do not think I can pass through it.
Really wants to hide it, huh? Okay, new plan.
Somnium scan. Activate.
Mental lot number 1. Mental lot number 2. Mental lot number 3. Mental lot number 4. Oh, we just closed the door for us. Oh, did that just shrink like this?
This appears to correspond to the green thing.
Sinking in the curtain. Number 89 is hiding in the past. Number 89 is covered in a green membrane. I can't get close. Alright guys, I'll end the episode here. In the next episode, we'll explore the mind of number 89 and see what he's hiding in his past. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.